Hello, I'm Mandla Lupondwana.
And I'm Aevia. Today, we are continuing with our lockdown tips for families, and we'll be focusing on coping.
Our text for today is in Romans chapter 12, verse 10, and it says, Be devoted to one another in love.
Honor one another above yourselves.
We are coping with the COVID-19 lockdown in different ways. Some people are coping through information. These are the people who want to read as much as possible on COVID-19. They want to watch the news all the time to find out what's going on with COVID-19. They're following up on whatever theories or ideas about how it started, why it's being used like this and that. They want numbers.
Yeah, they want information as to how many people are infected with the virus, how many people have died, how many people have recovered,
how the governments are coping with it, which government is doing what, which government can't cope with what. They are into information. And some of these people, not all of them, some of them may even get to a point where they even sound negative, in the sense that they are maybe criticizing, this should have been done, that should have been done, if this can be done, this thing could add, if this can be done by so and so, this thing could add, this is how certain people should contribute, this is how certain people should help deal with it. These are information people. They are dealing with the COVID-19 lockdown by processing information. That's how they are dealing with it, but it's not the only way in which people are dealing with the lockdown.
That is true. There are others who are having COVID-19 fatigue. They don't want to hear anything else about this virus. They don't want to know the numbers. They don't want to know what's happening in the different countries. They just want a break. So they spend their time reading, listening to the type of music that they enjoy, watching movies.
Yes.
Yeah, anything to just take their mind off what's happening in the society around them.
If it's non-COVID-19 related, they'll probably be interested in that. Other people, on the other hand, have seen this opportunity, this lockdown, as an opportunity to do things they've always wanted to do.
Yeah, like projects.
Yes.
Some people, I'm sure they've started working on the garden that they always wanted.
True. Some want to paint.
Yeah, paint their homes. Others may decide to do schoolwork.
True.
Catch up on their reading that they have been planning to do for years with the books they're piling up.
Some people want to do spring cleaning.
Like...
and they want to do it. And for them, it's a perfect opportunity to do those things they've wanted to do, but cannot do. But for others, it's just a holiday.
Yeah, an opportunity to wake up late, sleep in, play games with the kids.
Do nothing, probably. They don't want to paint, they don't want to cook, they don't want to bake, they don't want to read. They just want to chill and relax. For them, it's a long overdue holiday.
Yeah.
And the people who are getting the most out of this as a holiday are those who get along with their family members. If they're married, they get along with their spouses. If they're living with their children, they get along with the kids. For them, it's just a wonderful holiday, because that's what the lockdown is. Because they know when they go back to work, it's going to be busy again. Go back to school, it's going to be busy. So those people, lockdown for them is about holiday. Those are not the only ones. Others are they want to cope through intimacy.
Ooh, yeah. We are both here, so why not?
Exactly. And so they feel, if we're here, the time is here, why not? And they feel that they may want to cope with COVID-19 through physical intimacy. For them, the intimacy is their therapy. It's their medicine. So
Medicine.
If you have a spouse who needs that kind of therapy, that kind of medicine, please be their healthcare professional.
Healthcare professional.
Yes, it's therapy.
Okay.
They need that kind of therapy. So please be that healthcare professional. And when you are providing the therapy, please bring your private hospital attitude and service levels, so that they can feel well attended to. So they can actually enjoy the therapy, and by the time the lockdown is over, they are healed. Yes, that's how some people are going to deal with the therapy.
But
the lockdown.
Yeah. But then there are those who may be so stressed out about what's going on that this type of therapy won't work for them. True.
For them, the stress levels are so high that they have no choice but to let sleeping dogs lie. And that's it. And as much as they may want to, or the other person may want to, They can't do much about it. And they can't even go somewhere to say, if I go to this particular clinic, they might assist. Those clinics may be closed. So yes, and they've not been deemed essential services. So it's going to be a rough period for them. If you're in a situation like that, please don't put pressure on the other person, because the therapy is not working out. So with the different ways in which people are coping, we would like to say, remember Romans 12 verse 10.
Be devoted to one another
in love.
In love, yes. Honor one another above yourselves.
Which means that do not impose your way of coping on other family members.
Yes.
If you're an information person, don't force everybody into the information. If you're a news person, that's you. Doesn't mean everybody's a news person. If you want nothing to do with corona, then that's you. You don't want nothing to do with, don't force everybody else to be cut off from the corona information. If you're on holiday, just allow, you the holiday guy, do your holiday. If you want to paint. If you want to clean. Don't bring other people on board. If you want to read. But don't force, don't make other people feel that they have to do it your way. That's not how, as human beings, we are.
Yeah, we need to acknowledge that we are all different, we are unique, and we need our space to just be who we are.
Yes, and when you are giving people space to do that, remember Romans 12:10. Be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. Your devotion to each other should allow the other person to be themselves, to cope the way they need to cope. And secondly, allow people the space and the opportunity to do the things they need to do. If they need to call a friend, spend time on the phone with a friend to be able to process information if they're information people, or to talk about non-COVID-19 related issues, allow that. Don't complain that it's locked down. Why are you talking to your friend? Allow them to do that. Yeah. Create that space for the people to do it. And if you happen to be sharing an information source, you're sharing a television, it's going to mean that sometimes you're going to watch a news bulletin and then move. Allow other people to watch cartoons and then move. Allow other people to watch other things on television. If that's what's happening in your home, do not impose your preference on everybody else. Create space for people to do what they need to do.
And don't fight with each other.
Yes.
This is a time for peace, love, and harmony.
And allow people to cope in their way without belittling it, without demeaning it, without making them sound or feel irresponsible or paranoid. Just let them do their thing. But also, in your thing, be considerate to other people. Nobody wants to be depressed by news of COVID-19 just because you are into COVID-19. Allow people to cope with it in the way they want without you making them feel bad about the way they're doing it. Romans 12:10 has to be factored in how we handle one another's coping mechanisms of this lockdown period. It says, be devoted to one another in love. Honor one another above yourselves. The honoring one another above yourselves means that sometimes you may feel like watching the 6th news bulletin, but just let the movie they're watching end. You may feel like watching a movie so that you don't have anything to do with corona. Allow the person to watch just another 15-minute news bulletin so that they can catch up on whatever is left on or whatever is there in the news about COVID-19. And as we, as families, cope with COVID-19, we pray that we may get to the other side of this lockdown having survived it together. Beyond surviving, having thrived, because we have coped with this lockdown in different ways, and our family members have allowed us to. May God richly bless you. Until next time, thank you.